Hi, everyone. Last Wednesday, the Bank of Canada dropped their overnight lending rate by 0.25%. Very exciting news. Happy to start to see it finally happening. Forecasts were still 50-50 a couple days before as to whether it was going to happen or not. So it does seem like we are now officially beginning that the decreasing portion of the cycle, which is very encouraging. It's important to keep in mind that it doesn't necessarily immediately affect fixed rates. They have also been on a gradual decline over the last several months and several weeks. They are based on a different set of factors, but the overall trend seems to be that rates will be coming down. It's important also to remember that that rate that we see in the news, that 4.5% or 4.25%, whatever that number ends up being, as the overnight rate, is still very different than what the banks lend at. So the bank's prime lending rate is now down to about 6.7, depending on the institution. Most are pretty similar. And then the the variable rate lending that is tied to that rate is generally priced from a discount below that rate. So even in a competitive situation with a mortgage type that is tied directly to that rate, we're still seeing rates in the high fives and into the 6.25%, 6.5% range, which is still much higher than fixed term rates at this time. So while we're starting to see some relief, it may still be a time before taking advantage of that type of financing is still a more economical solution. However, for those that have those mortgages, it's very, very encouraging that things will start to come down even further, and hopefully we've seen the highest of what things are. As usual, if you have a renewal pending, make sure you give us a shout as far in advance as you can. Things are changing all the time, and things are different than they were, 6 months ago and a year ago. So the more time we have to make sure that decisions are made appropriately and recommendations are made appropriately, then we certainly appreciate that. As ever, reach out if you have any questions, and stay safe, and we'll see you next time.